All right.
is that I like how he says that you have to pick your unhappy.
Yes. Yes.
You know, like you really need to decide what you're willing to give up
There you go.
in order to be happy.
There you go.
You cannot have it all.
Right.
And if you try, you're going to be miserable.
Right.
It might work for a year, 2 years, 3 years. You're burnt out and you're unhappy and you don't know why.
You've been married before.
I have.
Okay. You've been married before. I mean, I guess eventually it would have come out.
Yeah, some petulant child has already doxed me, so, you know.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I was going to talk about this because it is a matter of public record.
Sure.
Just like if me and you were actually married, someone would be able to actually prove it because it's public record.
What, 6 clicks maybe?
Yeah, so I expect this person to probably drag this up about me, which, you know, it's your show. It's not a show's not
Sure.
about me. Show's about our relationship,
Sure.
you know, but my personal details has never really been the purpose of this show.
Well, let's talk about it.
All right.
I mean, we may as well.
Well, I wasn't on the CC, you know, for the 20-something years before we met, you know, as an adult. I got married young, and I was married for a very long time. And I married someone who, quote, matched me in all respects, and we are equals.
Oh, wow.
You know, equal
Wow.
partners.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we were so similar that we magnified each other's flaws rather than counterbalance them.
Right.
Right? Like, so,
Yeah.
like, for example, you have a really harsh temper. If I had a really bad temper, too, yeah. So it basically,
Yeah.
like, so you would think, oh, gosh, he matches me in all respects. We made the same amount of money. We did all, you know, we had
Right,
a
right.
similar job, you know, all this other stuff. But there was nothing to counterbalance the flaws.
Okay.
So basically, just to boil it down, it didn't work out because I was a bad wife. He was a bad husband.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold on. Wait,
I mean-
I'm sorry. Well, hold on. Never. I think, guys, we have just made history. We've just made history. A woman just took accountability and said, I was a bad wife on purpose, right? So it takes a lot of balls to say something like that.
Well,
I did not expect.
I own my half of it. I mean,
Okay,
you
all
know,
right.
it was.
I mean, because it's not like, and you're not the type, and listen, you're a woman, right? Anytime I grill you, your natural instinct is to defend yourself. This is just the human condition.
Right.
But I have never heard, I mean, that's the first time I have ever, and you don't really talk too much about your ex-husband. I can't imagine why you would.
Only just to tell you what's going on, if anything at all.
Yeah, sure.
If there's any communication, I just loop you in.
Right,
But there really isn't none.
Right. But you've never actually said out, and I mean, I guess I never really quizzed you. You've never said, hey, he was a bad husband, but I was a bad wife. Why is it important? Why was it important for you to say that?
I think
Or what do you think?
because I've taken accountability of it. I've owned it. You're not with someone for 17 years, married 13, because you because you were a great wife, you know, and all of a
Sure.
sudden you divorced, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, basically, we stopped caring. We stopped doing the work, and it just fell apart.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
You know, it started into, so, like you said, like we were talking about before, he wasn't a leader, and it became
Right.
one of those things where I'd get a letter from the IRS. You're supposed to be doing the taxes. Oh God, 6 years haven't been done. You know, like, oh
Jesus
God, no
fucking Christ.
wonder we haven't gotten a refund.
Right.
You know, like it was just I started taking things over as a matter of necessity because stuff's got to get done.
Right.
Until the point where I was even mowing the lawn.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, dude, I was doing everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just got to the point where I was starting to get.
Listen,
I was
here's the
getting
thing.
very resentful and not even realizing it. Just thinking, oh, you know, I can take care of this. It's no big deal. And then,
And you can. It's just not a good idea.
yeah, exactly. So, you know, in a way, I should have worked that out, and I didn't. You know, and there's.
Well, how are you going to work that out? Let's just say you go back in time. How would you work out? All right, I'm mowing the grass. What are you going to do? Go in and tell your husband mow the grass?
I tried a lot of different things. And, you know, like what the article said, you can't change people. Even after almost 20 years, you can't change people. So you either got to learn to love them or you got to figure out where your tolerance level is. You know, being married young and being the age that I'm now, I have the luxury of looking back and knowing better now. So
Sure.
It's easy for me to be in this position. But, you know, when it came down to it, we just ended up staying together because it was almost like Survivor, a wit outplay outlast. Like it was just a battle of wills. Like who's gonna tap out first, you know?
Right.
And eventually he did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I mean, we were sleeping in different rooms. It was just completely.
Yeah, I remember you
apart.
telling me about that.
And so he filed. I was the plaintiff. You know, I walked away with nothing. I walked away with nothing.
So it's kind of like my divorce.
Yeah.
Because my divorce was $12.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any money or kids.
Yeah,
so.
only with mine, we did have a house together, so neither of us could afford the house, so we ended up foreclosing the house. So I do have a bankruptcy on my record as well. That's public record too. If anyone wants to go look that up and throw it on a YouTube video, go for it.
You're still getting credit cards in the mail.
Well, yeah, and I've rebuilt. That's easy
That's
to do.
yeah, that's the easy part.
So, you know, like I wasn't one of those women that filed first and monkey branched and all this other types of things that you guys talk about. Although I'm guilty of a lot of the flaws and things that I own, I'm accountable for it because I am divorced. So how could I not be? You know, I'm not going to I don't learn anything by saying he did this, he did that, he's a bad person, he's a blah, 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 he hurt, you know, and blaming. I don't learn anything from that. I'm not a better person because of that. I'm going to be destined to repeat the same freaking mistakes over and over again if I don't swallow what's hard and take my lumps.
Why?
And why?
Yeah. Why are you destined to repeat mistakes if you don't just own them?
I think it's because if you don't learn, people are naturally creatures of habit.
Sure.
So people are going to gravitate to things that they know.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wasn't about to say, okay, this is how I found the red pill community too, was researching relationship dynamics, which is kind of like how I met you.
Yeah, right.
Was ended up reading one of your articles, laughing my head off. Couldn't believe what you're writing. So, you know, that fateful DM. But the thing is, I think I said it on a Myron show when you were doing the one-on-one with Myron in studio.
Okay.
You asked me.
Oh, I remember
this. You asked
this.
me something about why I started reaching out to you or following your lead.
Right.
And I said it was because I didn't know. I knew what I didn't want, but I didn't know what I needed.
Right.
And that is probably the best way I could possibly put where I was at that point in my life, where I'm cleaning up the past. I'm getting myself. Renewing myself, I guess, as a single person, and getting rid of everything was finalized. I'm on my own. I mean, when I left, I didn't have furniture. I mean, my first night in my apartment, I was on the floor in an airbed from Target. But I mean, that's how it was. That's how it was.
River.
Yeah, but all these guys talk about divorce rape and stuff like that. I'm not that. I wasn't that person.
Well, listen, and I suppose. And it was funny because when you told me your situation, I didn't believe you, right? Just because I'm just predisposed not to. Mm-hmm. I didn't. But again, there were certain, and every once in a while you would talk about that experience, and I'd be like, oh, okay. That matches up with what she said the first couple of weeks we were talking.
You were always like, what did you do wrong? What was your fault? Like you really drilled it into me because you wouldn't let me get away with making excuses for myself.
That's right. Yeah. Oh my God. I was always like, yo, check this out. When you're talking about this ex or that ex, I'm like, yo, check this out. I don't know because I'm not there, but you're not about to badmouth your exes in front of me. Because I knew you had done some fucked up shit as well. Like, I didn't know exactly what it was, but again, I know women. To me, that's really what it was. That's really what it was.
I have a past, so what? And I'm not proud of it.
I'm proud of my past.
I'm not. It's shameful to be, especially for something that long, But, life hands you what you do your best with what you get and learn from it. And keep
How did you feel on our vacation to Hawaii? What's one word that you could describe?
Relief.
Relief?
Yeah.
Why? Relief from what?
Because for 8 days, I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to make any decisions.
Yeah.
I didn't have to drive.
Right.
I didn't have to. All I had to do was look good. That was it. That was easy.
All right.
But honestly, it was just relief. Like, wow, there is someone out there that actually knows how to lead a relationship. And I don't want anyone thinking that I used money from the divorce to go to Hawaii or some shit like
All
that.
$78 of it?
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the negative K?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Multiple thousands. No, that's a different story for a different day. I don't want to get depressed thinking about how I got money.
Well,
for
her
that
dog, our smallest dog, her dog at the time got attacked by a pit bull, and the guy actually happened to have insurance.
Well, the dog bit me.
He
bit the crap
he
out
bit
of me.
Dev, and yeah, so
It
yeah,
almost killed my dog.
yeah, almost killed her dog. The guy happened to have insurance, and I remember when it happened. You said, "Hey." I'll never forget. You're texting me. You're like, "Hey, I'm going to Hawaii. You want to come?" And I'm like, "Well, if you're paying, I'm playing."
Yep, I
And
remember
that was the start.
I was
so.
like, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, it's double occupancy. I'm going. You're already halfway there, So like, why not just
yeah,
go?
yeah. We had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We had a really
great.
good time.
It was unbelievable. I can't wait to go back. Wink, wink.
Oh, wink, wink, nudge,
Wink,
nudge.
wink,
Yeah, this
wink.
time it's on my dime, right? How much?